There's a scene in Goodfellas where Paulie slices garlic with a razor. The guys are in prison, but they're eating like kings. It's not just about the food, it's about power, about maintaining order in chaos. It's about keeping your identity intact, even when the walls are closing in. You see them cooking together, laughing, drinking, breaking bread, and these weren't just meals. They were moments of control, of pride, of home. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm the pop culture chef, and I love cooking food straight out of movies, TV shows, and video games. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic food scenes in cinema history. I'm telling this story dish by dish. Garlic, sauce, steak, pasta, walking through the Goodfellas prison meal one clip at a time. Now let's cook like we've still got connections on the outside. Now in the first act, Paulie slices that garlic like it's a meditation. No rush, no mess, just confidence and quiet authority. This is the part you might overlook, but it sets the tone. The razor isn't just about thin slices. It's about care, precision, intent. They had no knives, no gadgets, but they had rituals, and this was one of them. Slice it thin enough and it melts in the oil. It doesn't fry, it doesn't burn, it becomes one with the dish. And that's what I'm doing here, shaving garlic, like it's the most important part of the meal because in a way it is. It's the first step in making this more than just food. Now let's talk sauce. In that scene, it's not flashy, it's not overloaded, it's simple and confident, just like the guys who are cooking it. We start with the meat, and I've got beef bones, pork bones, and some beef cheeks. Get the pan hot with olive oil and sear each one until the outside is rich and dark. You're not just browning, you're building depth. Each piece leaves a story behind in that pan, the fond, and that's where the flavor lives. Pull the meat out and lower the heat, and now we use that garlic. Let it melt and let it disappear into the oil. It's not about garlic flavor, it's about that garlic presence. And then for the onions, cook them down slow and sweet and soft. Red wine hits that pan, and that's your moment of transformation. Steam, sizzle, release, everything stuck to the bottom comes up. Now the tomatoes, San Marzanos, whole and peeled. We're crushing them with our spatula to kind of give it that rustic vibe. Season with some salt, pepper, and chili flake to add some kick. Add that meat back in and cover with a little bit of water. That lid's gonna go on, and now you wait. About 3 hours, stirring every 30 to 45 minutes. Let that time be your secret ingredient. Now the steak. I'm using a New York strip with salt and olive oil. Heat that olive oil until it starts to shimmer, and then our steak goes in, searing that fat cap first. You hear that? That's the sound of commitment. Let it sear and let it form that crust, and just make sure to flip it once. Let that other side catch up. Pull it at 125 degrees and rest it. Now pasta is where it all comes together. It's the payoff, the ribbon that ties the whole meal together. In prison, they probably didn't have fresh pasta, but if they did, you know Paulie would have been the one making it. We start with 2 cups of flour and 3 eggs. Make a well and pour the eggs in and mix slowly from the center. And be sure to not rush this. As it comes together, start kneading. This is where your effort becomes texture. 10 minutes, maybe more, until it's smooth and bouncy. Let it rest and give it time to relax, just like the sauce. Now roll it out thin, but not too thin. Pappardelle, thick enough to hold the sauce, but soft enough to feel indulgent. Slice it, flour it, and set it aside. Now we're gonna get our water up to a rolling boil, and we're gonna salt it like the Atlantic. And when the pasta goes in, 90 seconds should be the max because it should still have a little bit of bite. Then whenever it's done, we're gonna pull our pasta and set it in a bowl. Now the sauce isn't just a story. It's time, heat, and memory, all reduced into one pot. We're gonna ladle some of our sauce into our pan and reduce it just a little bit more, and then we're gonna add our pasta from our bowl directly into the sauce, coating each strand, making sure that sauce gets it nice and covered, and sort of cooks inside of the pasta as well. And now that our pasta is done, this is the final part of our meal. This isn't a replica, this is a tribute, and we didn't just make dinner, we told a story, one plate at a time. Now let's see if this is good enough to get us out of prison. All right, it's time for our taste test here. First up, we have our New York strip. Just because it's a steak, I have an idea of what it's gonna taste like. But then after that, we have our pasta with our sauce, which I think this is gonna be amazing because whenever I was cooking this thing, the smells that were coming off of it were to die for. So let's go ahead and start with our steak, and then I'll tell you how it is. I gotta say, that thing cut through like butter. Let me see if I can get a close-up on the camera here for you guys to see. And as you can see, that is a perfect medium rare. It should be absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. I'll tell you what, I only use salt to season that, and it is so amazing. Very juicy, and whenever you render that fat, whenever you take that first bite, it just melts in your mouth even more. It just makes it so much better. But now that the steak's done with, we're gonna try our pasta with our sauce. And I think, like I said, this is gonna be amazing. I'm super excited to try it out. So the texture of the pasta was really nice. It has a nice al dente to it because we did leave it a little bit undercooked whenever we boiled it, so that way we can cook it even more whenever we put it in our pan. Now we also did reduce our sauce just a little bit in the pan to make it more thick and also to make that adherence from the sauce and the pasta so much better. And it can definitely tell the difference because that pasta sauce did cook into the pasta a lot, and it was amazing. Nice, rich, meaty flavor. It was nice and had an acidity to it to kind of cut through the fat of the meats that we chose. And you can taste every bit of meat that we put into that dish. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.